Good morning, THS. My name is Sean.
And I'm Eli.
Here are your announcements for Wednesday, October 9th, 2019.
Attention mathletes. October's Math Club meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, October 16th, 2019. There'll be a magnificent scavenger hunt planned by Math Club President Jonathan Post. New members are welcome to join this well-rounded group. Meeting will last from 12:45 p.m. to 3:14 p.m. in room 166. Please see Mrs. Lemko for more information.
Attention Science Club members. Our next meeting will be held on Mold Day, Wednesday, October 23rd at 2:45 in room 239. Sadly, we can't meet at 6:02. We will be celebrating Mold Day, the International Year of Periodic Table, which turns 150 years old, and National Chemistry Week. There will be several experiments with metals, pizza, and mold cupcakes. Mrs. Davis must be notified if you plan to attend. Deadline to RSVP is October 18th. Spanish Club will meet on Wednesday, October 16th. We will be discussing events this year, t-shirts, and doing our first activity. See Senora Clark or Senora Caparelli to sign up for this year, or if you have any questions. Hasta miércoles. I don't speak Spanish, Eli.
Troy Business Club or FBLA is accepting applications for the membership for the 2019-2020 school year. Learn fundamental professional skills such as tying a tie and interviewing for jobs. We will also visit local businesses in the Troy area to learn how they operate. Scholarships are available for prospective business majors via Future Business Leaders of America. To sign up, pick up an application in Mr. Wibbler's room, room 260. Applications are due by tomorrow.
Seniors, due dates for several of the Miami County Foundation scholarships are coming up. You can use the Troy website or Miami County Foundation website to verify dates, complete applications, etc. Don't wait too long or your chance for the money for college will be gone. Juniors and seniors, the following colleges will be visiting soon. October 10th, 8:30, Indian U East in Guidance. October 16th, 8:30, Ohio University. October 16th, 9:30, Kent State. October 21st at 10:30, Ashland. October 25th at 10:30, Findlay University. Joining us today is Senior Elena Jones, here to talk more about the new Multicultural Club at the high school. Elena, thanks for joining us tonight.
Hi.
Can you tell me more about the new club?
Yeah, so this new club, we are going to be learning about different cultures all around the world. We're going to be learning about their traditions, different religions, different values and customs, and we're going to also be watching different performances, listening to music from other cultures, and also sharing snacks and just a bunch of different fun stuff at the club.
So, when and where will the first meeting be?
So the first meeting will be next Friday, October 18th. We're not entirely sure where the meeting will be yet, but we have a remind code. So if you join the code, you will be updated at whenever we figure out where the meeting will be, and we will text it into that chat.
Awesome, and who should plan on attending the meeting?
Anybody can attend this meeting, and everyone should attend this meeting. It's not for a specific group of people. Anybody who wants to learn about other cultures can join. And also, if you have a particular interest or knowledge in a club and you'd like to possibly share that with the club, you can definitely do that. Just contact, again, this remind code, or you can contact me or Miss Lemke separately if you would like to do that.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Elena. Thanks for coming down today.
Thank you.
Would you like to introduce the lunch for today?
I would. For lunch today, we were having chicken fajitas or cheese quesadillas, refried beans, fruit, and milk.
Last week, Michael Monk sat down with Mr. Warner to talk about the shootings in the Oregon District. This week, we caught up with Mr. Juncker to learn about the Second Amendment and gun control. Have a great day, THS.
Following the interview with Mr. Warner concerning the Oregon District, I sat down with government teacher Mr. Juncker. He helped me clarify the Second Amendment and gun control.
So I'm Mr. Juncker. I teach American government, psychology, and sociology. The Second Amendment in itself is pretty clear in what it says and states, but this is one of those things about government that a lot of people don't understand as well, and that is it's not so much what the Constitution states, but what the Supreme Court has interpreted it to mean. So for the first, well, all the way up until about 2008, what we see historically is that the Supreme Court has ruled and viewed the Second Amendment as a collective right, not an individual right. By that we mean that they're focusing on the first part of the Second Amendment, which deals with in order to maintain a well-regulated militia. With the Supreme Court ruling in Heller versus DC in 2008, the Supreme Court interpretation changed to more of an individual right, and they focus more on the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. So there's two different ways you could look at it, and once again, this largely becomes a political and judicial issue from that standpoint as what your Second Amendment rights actually are. I'd say at a societal level, the federal government, state and local governments do not have good control over the guns, the amount of guns, the types of guns that are floating in the communities, and that really is the source of a lot of the issues then on the gun debate issue. On one hand, you're going to have people that say we need to have gun control, which automatically leads people to think that it's going to be a confiscation of all guns, which is very unrealistic and not really the idea of many people. And then on the other hand, you have people that believe, well, no, it's an absolute right, which there's no such thing as absolute rights in the Constitution. But other people are going to argue that they have the absolute right to have guns and weapons, which then causes the idea that, well, everything's fair game. And so as a result of that, with people with different political views, different interpretations, you've got state level, city level, and federal level jurisdictions all trying to make laws and enforce laws. What's happened is we've got a very complicated mess of gun laws, gun restrictions, gun rights, and yeah, I believe it's totally out of hand. In terms of mass shootings, in regards to the shootings in Dayton and El Paso and other places, I mean, those are horrific events. Would they have happened if guns were banned completely? Hard to say. It's speculative. I don't personally believe that we could ever have complete gun ban. I personally don't believe in that. I believe in sportsmen and hunting, but a lot of other nations are able to reconcile sportsmen and hunting with extensive gun regulation. Interestingly enough, on those mass shootings, so much attention is given to the assault weapons, and we need to ban assault weapons. But interestingly enough, when you go and look at gun statistics, particularly crime statistics with guns and violence with guns, it's handguns that are the biggest problem that we have in the United States. The AR-15s and the assault weapons are an easy target, pardon the pun there, for a gun issue, but it's an easy thing for people to go after because most people could say, yes, clearly the average citizen has no need for one of these, but once again, it's really the handguns that are doing the most damage in the United States. And that includes in suicide, unfortunately, as well. The number one weapon or the number one way for people to commit suicide is by use of handgun. So, you're looking at roughly, I believe it's around 25,000 people a year that commit suicide with a handgun. So as horrific as those mass shootings are, we do have to recognize that there's a lot of other crime and a lot of other violence, unfortunately, that's taking place as a result of other guns. So in order to kind of limit the amount of damage that's being done to American citizens, I do believe that the government needs to step up. I mean, if we had a drug that was being produced by a medical company that was killing over 40,000 people a year, there'd be a lot of demand to get that drug off the market or to highly regulate it. But when it comes to guns, we just don't kind of get that kind of outcry. We tend to fall back and say, it's my right, rather than, wow, this is killing a lot of people, we need to do something about it.
Thank you for helping simplify two extremely complicated topics, regardless of your personal opinions regarding gun control. I think we can all agree we want to end this senseless violence. From WTHS Trojan TV, I'm Michael Mong.